is kind of the lower end once you graduate from a Kmart bike to a real bike that's gonna hopefully last you 10 years, 15 years, maybe 20 years if you're careful and you take good care of it. So we'll see how this video quality is, whether there's a lot of bounce to it or not. How you doing? Filming on a GoPro Hero 7 Black. A lot of people are upset that the 8 doesn't have the removable front lens in case you break it. But the picture quality going from the 6 to the 7 was a pretty good upgrade as far as this stable viewpoint on the bike, or on the camera, excuse me. So looking forward to some crystal clear footage if this is actually filming and I'm working the camera properly that I basically just got. First time out. So no matter what your injuries in the past, if you can get out there and enjoy the bike trail and bring back some video for the people that can't be out here, stuck in a wheelchair, that kind of thing, then get the experience without being soaked and cold like I'm getting really quickly. But again, happy to be out here. A lot of good warmer days to come. We'll see if it gets to 75 at least today, even if that sun doesn't come out. I'm looking forward to any weather that's even slightly better than what I'm dealing with right now. You may notice when you get clipless pedals that you want to adjust your seat, because you're going to be more on the ball of your foot rather than the arch, which is much better for riding. So there we go. Make sure you snap out before you come to a stop so you don't risk spilling and falling over like I almost did again. Don't panic. Keep moving until your feet are out of the bindings and avoid injury. So I'm going to raise my seat up a little bit here and make sure that I'm getting the full range of motion out of my bike. You should almost completely extend your leg to get a good ride in. If you're not extending that, you're not going to have as great of a workout. I see a lot of people with their seat way down low, unless you're going downhill and worried about hitting your tailbone on some rocks. This is a pretty straight trail, so, and you may not want to get shorts that I'm wearing because you might get caught on everything. So, but we get out there, we live, we learn. Kind of a nice view straight through the bottom. You can look down there as I was going over. Switch that back up. I like the chest mount more than the helmet because people want a view of where you're going, and I want to be able to move my head around and look from side to side without really changing the perspective of the view. I've taken way too many videos in the past where I was moving the camera around too much. Things you don't think about until you're watching it later, and hopefully I'll have a cool soundtrack. I really like some Lucius. There's some great music, some female. Ben Howard is another artist that I think has some amazing songs, like Old Pine. So maybe that'll cue in once I learn how to edit my video and add in some funness, if that's a word. So over to my right is, I believe, Highway 50 still, just south of Springfield in Nebraska. The cliche Nebraska road is pretty flat. The drivetrain on this one has the 2 over here and the 9 over here. I'm not quite at the top of my gears, but I feel like now that I've got my leg extended, I can really get up into my top gear. One thing I like about this giant bike, a lot of people are going down to less and less gears, which is great if you don't need them. But if you're looking for something that's not going to be doing double backflips and going down ski slopes on your bike. You may want something that's a little more of a road bike crossover. So I'm going to see if my phone can give me a viewfinder so I can kind of see the image that I'm dealing with. Attempting to reconnect with the GoPro. All right, well, I thought I did an update on my camera yesterday, but something to check before you go on the road to make sure your phone and your GoPro are actually communicating and fully downloaded. That might work better in a Wi-Fi situation. Well, as I'm using the network, I have all my bars, but I have Sprint service and I don't know how well that's going to work out here, so attempting to reconnect. So just not liking communicating with my phone. Maybe I'll get a hold of GoPro, and I'm doing their free trial, $5 a month, to have the cloud support for all of your videos, which can help free up some memory. When I bought my Hero Black 7, I bought it directly from GoPro. So I had the benefit of getting a free 32 gig card in it, which should be for about 10 hours of footage. Doesn't seem like a lot. Most people don't want to see more than about a 5-minute clip of video anyway. So you have a lot of 5-minute videos you can do with 10 hours. The battery is supposed to last maybe 2 hours, hour and a half. I don't have a backup battery, but I do have a US Type-C that I have for my Galaxy 8 that has that new charger, so that cord will work. Definitely bring a battery pack, and then you don't have to grab an extra battery necessarily if you want to take a little break on a long run and recharge your GoPro battery. Although apparently it takes a couple hours to get it charged back up, so for an extra $20, having a second battery might be a great investment, just for that security of not relying on a backup charger, and save that power for your phone. If you have a charger that has 2 bases, I'm not aware that you can use the GoPro while you're charging, but that's something I want to look into as well. We'll see how that goes. So if you're with me, quite the learning experience for me. New bike, new hydration pack. The helmet seems to be working fine. That's new. But for anybody out there that's wanting to get back into it, you know, no matter what your injuries are, I have a titanium rod and 5 screws in my left leg. A couple years back on a motorcycle, almost became a compound fracture, but that leg feels amazing right now. The right knee, not feeling so great. Cold weather doesn't do a lot for it, so take my advice. As you're pedaling with new clipless pedals, snap your feet, twist them out of the bindings before you even get close to stopping your bike. Have that confidence of knowing that you're out of your bindings before you slow down to stop, and prevent injury so you can get out and keep biking.